Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a system that's all about helping you find that sweet spot between spending and saving without making you feel like you have to give up everything you love. This isn't about being restrictive, it's about being intentional with your money. So, let's dive in.
Okay, be honest. Have you ever opened your banking app, looked at your balance near the end of the month, and just felt that little pit in your stomach? You know that feeling, right? You started the month with a plan, you were gonna save, but then, well, life happened. A dinner out, a few things you bought online, and poof, the savings goal is gone. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are in the right place, because we're about to take apart the very system that sets you up to feel that way.
So before we jump into the solution, we really need to understand the problem. And I'm here to tell you, the problem isn't you. It's not a lack of willpower. The problem is the old school traditional way of budgeting itself. Most financial advice basically tells you to cut out all the fun stuff. But you know what? That's not a plan, that's a punishment.
And this right here gets to the psychology of why those old budgets just don't work. When your entire plan is built on deprivation, on telling yourself no, no, no to every little joy, your brain is literally hardwired to fight back. I mean, consumer psychology research shows that when you put really strict rules on your spending, it actually makes you more likely to splurge impulsively. It's like telling a kid, don't touch that red button. What's the first thing they want to do? It's a never-ending cycle of guilt and rebellion. So what we really need here is a massive shift in how we think about this. We're throwing out the old way, all that restriction, guilt, and punishment, and we're bringing in a strategic approach, one that's built on intention, freedom, and, believe it or not, enjoyment. This isn't about what you have to cut out, it's about building a system that actually fits the life you want to live.
So let's build that new system. This is the heart of what we're talking about today, the 3-layer money method. Think of it as a clear, intentional framework that's designed to give you back that feeling of clarity and control over your finances.
The easiest way to think about it is like a 3-layer cake, right? You've got the solid cake base, the delicious filling, and the fun frosting on top. You wouldn't just mash it all into one bowl. This method uses that same logic for your money, dividing it into 3 really clear, distinct categories that each have one specific job to do.
So here's what it looks like. Your income gets split into 3 buckets. Now, don't get too hung up on these exact percentages, they're flexible. But the general idea is about 50 to 60% for your foundation, 20% for your future, and then 20 to 30% for your life. The structure is what's really important here. Okay, layer 1. This is your foundation, the non-negotiables, the stuff you absolutely have to pay to survive. We're talking rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, your car payment, all the essentials. Quick side note, if this layer is consistently taking up way more than 60% of your income, that's a sign that your fixed costs might be a little too high, and that's a whole different problem you might need to tackle. Now, layer 2 is where you start building real wealth. This 20% chunk goes straight into your savings and investments before you even have a chance to spend it. This is your emergency fund, your retirement accounts, your investments, and the absolute most important part of this layer is one word: automate. You have to set up automatic transfers for every payday. Paying yourself first isn't just a catchy phrase, it is without a doubt the most powerful financial habit you can build.
And that brings us to the best part. Layer 3, your life. This is the 20 to 30% that is all about enjoying yourself. Going out to eat, concerts, weekend trips, hobbies, whatever it is that brings you joy. And let me say this again, because this is the whole point. This money is pre-approved and completely 100% guilt-free. You've already handled your bills, you've already invested in your future, this money is meant to be spent and enjoyed.
Okay, so the framework is great, but how do you actually make it happen day to day without feeling like you're chained to a spreadsheet? Let's talk about the practical tools that make this whole system run smoothly. I want you to meet your new best friend, the Fun Fund. This is the secret weapon. This is the game changer. It's nothing more than a separate bank account that has one and only one job: to hold your Layer 3 lifestyle money. And the process is so simple. First, you open a new checking account. You might even want to do it at a different bank just to create that mental separation. Then, every payday, you set up an automatic transfer of your Layer 3 money into that account. You use the debit card for that account for all your fun spending. And here's where the magic happens. When the account is empty, it's empty. The fun for that month is over until the next transfer comes in.
So why is this one simple trick so powerful? It's all about psychology. First, it completely vaporizes your spending guilt. When you're buying that concert ticket, you know for a fact that money was set aside for exactly that purpose. There's no anxiety.
And second, it creates a natural hard boundary. You're not tempted to just borrow from your savings or bill money because your fun money is physically in a different place.
Okay, for those of you who are ready to level up, let's talk about how to pay for the bigger things in life. This is where the Save to Spend account comes in. It's designed for those larger goals, like a huge vacation or a new laptop, that you want to be able to enjoy without that awful financial hangover you get from debt.
Let's see how this works in the real world. Say you want to take a $2,000 trip in 10 months. Step 1, you set a clear goal. Then you build the system, an automatic transfer of $200 every single month into a separate high-yield savings account. And just like that, 10 months later, the money is just sitting there waiting for you. The trip is fully paid for before you even pack your bags. No stress, no credit card debt, just pure fun.
Now, you can have the absolute best system, the best tools in the world, but if your mindset is still trapped in that old way of thinking, none of this is going to stick. So, let's finish up by talking about the 3 mental shifts you have to make for this to become a permanent part of your life.
The first shift is huge. You've got to move from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of strategy. Stop saying, I can't afford that. That's a dead end. Instead, start asking, is that in my fun fund? Or is that something I want to make a save to spend plan for? See the difference? One perspective is about limitation, the other is about control and possibility. Okay, shift number 2 is all about value-based spending. Look, not all spending is created equal. Spending $100 on tickets to see your favorite band is a totally different feeling than spending $100 on random stuff you don't even remember buying online. Before you spend from that fun fund, just ask yourself one simple question. Does this purchase actually line up with what I value most? When it does, you'll find you get so much more joy from your money. And finally, shift number 3. You have to start celebrating your savings. We are so conditioned to reward ourselves when we spend money. But what if hitting your investment goal for the month felt just as good? Track your progress. Watch your net worth grow. You need to make building wealth feel like you're winning a game, because that's exactly what you're doing.
So let's just pull this all together. Your path to being intentional with your money is built on these 4 things. The 3-layer method gives you the structure. The fun fund is the tool that makes guilt-free spending possible. Shifting your mindset from scarcity to strategy is what makes it last. And the Save to Spend account is how you plan for those big, awesome moments without any regret.
Because ultimately, this isn't just about numbers on a screen. A rich life isn't just about the balance in your accounts, it's about the experiences and the freedom that your money makes possible. So the question I want to leave you with is this: what amazing experiences will your numbers make possible for you?